Dear candidates, dear parents, siblings, family and friends of the candidates, on behalf of the Maastricht University and specifically on behalf of the Faculty of Health Medicine and Life Sciences, I would like to welcome you all to this special meeting of the Board of Examiners. My name is Tanya Adam. I'm the Vice Chair of the Board of Examiners. The session is organized in the St. Jan's Church. This church is more than 800 years old, and since 1632 it's the Protestant Church of Maastricht, and we're very grateful to the Reformed Council that we can use this unique and specifically and especially festive location for this graduation ceremony. Today in this session, 33 students will graduate from the Master of Human Movement Sciences, and I would like to introduce and welcome two people here in the front to my right, Dr. Lex Verdijk, who is the overall program coordinator as well as the coordinator of the track sports and nutrition, and I would also like to welcome Dr. Tim Snyders, the placement coordinator and mentor for the students. Since this is an official and formal session today, I want to and have to open this session formally with the gavel. So with this ceremony is opened, and before I give the floor to Dr. Verdijk, I just want to explain the procedure a little bit to our graduates. So you will receive your diploma right here, then you will receive a rose from Tim, and then the photo, I think, will be taken here due to the light circumstances, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so not over there, but the photo will be taken here. And with this, I would like to give the floor to Lex for a little welcome speech.
Thank you, Tanya. No slides today, unfortunately. There was no beamer here. Dear students, dear almost human movement sciences colleagues. At Maastricht University, you learn to adjust to a new learning environment, to adapt to changing needs in society, and prepare yourself for lifelong learning. Probably none of you actually read that quote at one point in time, but it is a quote from one of the marketing websites from our university. And I think over the past year or year and a half, we have all experienced what it means to quickly have to adapt to changes in our environment or in society in general. For most of you, it was in that time frame that you decided to join our master's program, right in the middle of the pandemic, not knowing what we would have to offer in terms of teaching activities. So online, on campus, practicals, no practicals, physical exams, online testing. In other words, challenging times that call for your capacity to adjust and adapt. I'm sure, though, that's not really what the person behind that quote actually meant. He or she probably spoke about all the other aspects that characterize our work at Maastricht. So adjusting to the PBL system, getting used to, for some of you at least, Dutch directness, collaborating with people from the Netherlands, Germany and Belgium, but also Ireland, UK, Finland, France, Greece, Cyprus, South Africa, US, and etc., etc. Only talking, reading and writing in English, stressing to find a placement, preparing everything to go abroad, maybe, then finding out that you can go abroad, getting ready for working life, etc., etc. All of that has been part of your 1 or 2 years studying human movement sciences at Maastricht. And despite the additional challenges from Corona that you all had to face, you made it to the end. You're now here. You managed to successfully finish your studies, and we are here to officially celebrate that moment. And I'm very happy that many of you are actually physically here, present today. But of course, with this speech, I'm also addressing those students that could not be here today, as they are also about to be promoted to a new status. So what I'm speaking about is meant for all of you, both online and here. About 1 or 2 years ago, in September 2020, for the full-time students, or September 2019 for the part-time students, most of you started your journey to become a Master of Science in Human Movement Sciences. And today you've reached your goal, and I'm really honored to stand here and be able to congratulate all of you. On behalf of Maastricht University and on behalf of the Faculty of Health, Medicine and Life Sciences, with that great achievement. This is always an exciting moment for me as a program coordinator, and I'm very happy that we are actually handing out 89 diplomas to students from all the 3 specializations this year. We even had to organize 2 sessions to accommodate the large number of people. This morning we already handed out 30 diplomas for health and rehabilitation and 15 for physiotherapy. And in this session we are handing out 44 diplomas for sports and nutrition. No worries, they're not all here, so we do have time enough, I hope, for drinks later. So they'll come. Looking back at the years that lie behind you, you have deepened your knowledge on human movement, you have strengthened your skills in applying that knowledge, and you have further developed your scientific thinking and your critical mindset. We always talk about that, but it has happened. Your critical mindset to interpret, but also to perform and present research in the area of movement sciences. And that is a really important area. Take the COVID pandemic as an example. We know from science that those people that are more active are actually less likely to experience severe symptoms or experience hospitalization because of COVID. At the same time, though, all the restrictions have generally led to a reduction in physical activity. That's globally. And that adds to the already low physical activity levels that we are facing as a society. That is alarming because we know that apart from COVID, exercise or physical activity in general is a key or maybe even the key lifestyle factor that can reduce the risk of almost any disease you can think of. It's a primary element in the treatment of those diseases, and being physically active is associated with a longer and, probably more importantly, a healthier life. Then on the other side of the spectrum, the recent lockdown and maybe even more the reopening of the society have shown us that both the fun and the performance factor in sports have always been a key factor, but remain a key factor that draw a lot of attention in our society. So how can we maintain optimal fitness levels in elite athletes when the Olympics are postponed with a year? Or how can we optimize training adaptation to reach our personal best? Whether that is on an individual level, trying to reach the 3 or maybe the 4-hour time limit on a marathon, 2:47 last week. I couldn't handle that. Or whether it is actually reaching an incredible milestone of 2 gold medals and 1 bronze medal on separate distances during Tokyo 2020. We know for a fact that apart from Sifan Hassan's incredible physical and mental capacities, there are actually many sports and exercise scientists working behind the scenes to make those achievements possible, so that we all can enjoy those memorable sports moments. Basically what I'm trying to say with these words is that there is a need for knowledgeable people that understand the importance of human movement and that can bring that message across to the society. You. With the knowledge and the skills you have gained over the past year or the past years, you will be able to contribute to shaping society, to shaping part of the future for that society. And some of you will do that in a research setting, some of you will establish the actual evidence base for the best ways to promote health or promote performance. Others will use their knowledge to educate other professionals in the field, and even others will implement the knowledge and the skills more in the practical setting, working as a healthcare professional or a government advisor or an R&D specialist or a personal trainer or supervisor working for sports or rehabilitation centers or for specific athletes. Now the road that lies ahead of you may not be very smooth for some of you, but you have already taken the first hurdle, so please remember that. And remember that in due time we do firmly believe that human movement scientists are eagerly awaited for, to generate and to implement knowledge that can help us to solve problems that affect many people in our society, now and also in the future. As I said, today we deliver almost 90 human movement scientists to the world. And you all deserve to be in the spotlight, but I do want to take this opportunity to name a few names. The first one is Jerzy Lotz, and he's not here because he is already enjoying his coffee and fly, because he actually got his diploma in the previous session. But Jerzy has been involved as an ambassador for our program during open days and answering all kinds of questions from people online, prospective students. And this year again, we have about 30-35% people coming in from abroad, and actually answering those questions from those students really helps them to decide. So thanks to Jerzy. Secondly, we have 2 students today that graduate with honor. That's Maaike van der Goor and Toby Sands. Congratulations. Yeah, very well done. So congratulations on that honorable achievement. There's absolutely no guarantees given that you are up for a bright future now, but at least you'll find yourselves in the company of the person talking to you right now. And then I'll leave it up to you to decide whether that's good or not. Thirdly, thanks go out to David Cummins. He is one of those students, as an example, that took on the challenge to go back to studying while already having a decent career. And actually having those students in our program, and there's actually many more of those students that are joining us today, so this goes for all of you, having those students in our program brings an extra asset, because you bring not just life but also a lot of practical work experience that others can learn from. And that is something that we as staff members with mostly a scientific background can hardly provide. Then David was also kind enough to accept my invitation to speak to you today, to provide a bit of a student perspective, so thanks for that already, David. We'll get back to you in about half an hour. Finally, a word of thanks for all of you. First of all, for choosing our program, but also for providing us with feedback on that program. And you know that we ask for feedback constantly. That is because we constantly strive to improve the content of what we have to offer to students. And we can only do that if we also get feedback from you guys as students on what is good and, you know this one, where there's room for improvement. So I'm happy to say that most of the feedback on our program is generally quite positive, but there's always some room for critical, insightful notes that we can and we also will take into account to maintain and to further improve the program. So with that, I would like to end by congratulating all of you with obtaining your master's degree. I do that on behalf of the faculty. I do that on behalf of Tim Snijders, who you know is heavily involved in our program, but I also really congratulate you on behalf of myself, and not as the program coordinator per se, but more as one of your new colleagues. I hope you will enjoy your well-deserved status as a Master of Science in Human Movement Sciences, and I sincerely wish you all the best for your professional career, but more importantly, in life in general. It would be great to stay in touch, and if you also agree, then you can make use of the link that I already sent you last week, so I already spammed you with an email. We have a Human Movement Sciences alumni group, so click on the link. If you didn't receive it, send me an email, and I'll make sure you'll get it. Final congratulations to all your parents, family members, husbands, wives, friends, relatives, everybody that's here today, but also those people that are joining us online. You can all be very proud of these people. And the last words are then for you again. Thank you for listening to me for one last time. Congratulations and enjoy your new status. Okay, now for the official part then. We are starting with the two people that get their diploma with honors. So first of all, Maaike van der Goor. So the rest of you pay attention, right? Toby Sands. Okay, from here on it's alphabetical, so you probably know where to be at some point. Matthijs van Bakel. Jorg van Beek. Boyke van den Berg. Bente Brouwers. Jorn van der Bunder. Johannes or John Soutalas. Lea Swalovska. David Cummins. Frederik van Dijk. Dion Engelen. Marijn Eerweek.
Lang verhaal. Goed zat.
Koen Frenke. Marlin Klaap. Max Hendriksen. Marie Heijmans. Lis Hoeimakers. Tom Jansen. Sanne Kramer. That was my first page. And we're over halfway, so I would like to invite David to say a few words.
Hi. Yeah, congratulations everybody. Madam Vice Chairman, Lex, Tim. Yeah, Lex asked me to talk. I thought it wouldn't be as difficult to get started, but obviously it is. Yeah, congratulations to everybody. I mean, this has been a challenging couple of years for all of us. I think when the pandemic hit, we had no idea what to expect. I think for us that were based here in Maastricht or in the Netherlands, yeah, that was tough. But for all of you that were stuck at home in your respective home countries, having to dial into the calls and stuff, I can only imagine how difficult that must have been. So I think that that's pretty awesome. But what I do admire is the fact that Lex and Jorn and Cass and all the others that managed to put together such a good program that we could still follow and still graduate today. And I think that alone deserves a round of applause for the efforts made in putting that together. Back in 2019, I was on my way home from work, and as Lex already pointed out, I had a different career. And I was listening to a podcast with a guy called Asger Jukendrup. I had no idea who he was at the time, but he was talking about the importance of carbohydrates in athletic performance. And this was at the time when keto diets and the LCHF were all the fad. And what really stood out was the fact that he mentioned he'd studied at Maastricht University. And I thought, well, that's great. This is something that would really interest me. So as I was going home, I said, I need to check this out. But I had studied back in 1996. I graduated from a degree in chemistry in University College Dublin in 1996. And I know for a fact that some of you weren't even born then. And I'm pretty sure most of you were still in diapers. So it's going back a long way, before mobile phones, before internet, smartphones. But studying chemistry back then, when I graduated, you couldn't get a job in Ireland in science unless you had a PhD. So I went and did a PhD, graduated with that in 2001, and that was right in the middle of the economic boom in Ireland. And again, there were no jobs. All the good jobs were taken. So I was like, oh, what am I going to do? So I decided to go traveling, where I met my beautiful wife. And in 2005, I moved to Maastricht, where I started a job here in a global company. But it was hard to stand out in a company like that. I was still working as a scientist, still a scientist at heart. And the more I learned, the more experience I got, the harder it got for me to get out of what I was doing. You just become so specialized, and this will happen to all of you at some point. And also it was a company of 22,000 people, so it was pretty difficult to stand out or to make your own mark. So I needed to make a change. So continuing my commute home, I immediately went online to see what the story was with this nutrition course that Oscar had been talking about, and I saw that the applications were open to do it that year, starting September. So human movement science was a long way from chemistry, a very long way. In fact, it's not even listed on the 21 advised prerequisite subjects to do this course, so I had a bit of convincing to do to get into it. But nutrition is chemistry. Fats, carbs, protein, they all have a chemical base, so I thought I'll give it a shot. I spoke to my wife and she said, yeah, go for it. She was very supportive as always, and so I'd like to thank her as well. But yeah, I had to convince Lex and to take me on board, so that's what I did. The next day I contacted him, had a chat with him, and I I'm going somewhere with this story, by the way. I want to thank him because he really took a chance on taking somebody into the course that was mature students, that was had never done PBL. I had forgotten how to study. I could hardly read anymore because everything was done on phones. I had no physiology, no nutrition, no HMS background. But he knew what I wanted to do. He knew the path I wanted to take, and he was prepared to give me that chance. I was scared, as some of you may have been. I was very scared. I remember the first lecture with Tim, where he put up this sliding filament theory and RNA. And for those of you doing the full-time course, that ran from course to course. But for us doing the part-time course, we missed that one in the middle, so we had no idea what he was talking about. Mitochondria, muscle protein synthesis, I hadn't a clue. And it took time to go through it, and we all got there. And that's what I want to say. We all had to struggle in different parts of the course, be it operating from home, be it operating in a different country. We all managed to do it, and we all made it to this point today. So now my dream is realized. I'm working as a nutritionist and as a coach, and growing my own business, and I'm happy with that. But I do have a few tips for those of you who are entering the workforce. As Lex kindly pointed out, I brought some experience with me. And what I want to say to all of you is that you have the choice to do what you want to do. You have to find your dream, find your passion, and do it. Don't be persuaded by a salary. Don't be persuaded by what your parents say you have to do. Sorry, parents. But you need to follow your dream to be happy. Secondly, don't be afraid to take risks and step outside of your comfort zone, because at the end of the day, the only regret is going to be the chance that you did not take. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Find people that will believe in you and make a close relationship with them, because they are the people that are going to support you, and they are the people that will help you achieve what you want to achieve. And finally, don't be afraid to take a chance on others. If Lex hadn't taken a chance on me, I wouldn't be standing here today. And now I've completely changed my direction to an area that makes me happy and I enjoy. In Irish, we have a proverb. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but the first two lines of it reads, Gynyairi and boher lat, gorevan gui gobrach eite kul. And in English that means, may the road rise to meet you, and may the wind always be on your back. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that, David. I already said it this morning to someone, but I'll just repeat it. Much better than mine. Okay, we move on with the last list of people, because there's still a few of you that need to get that degree, obviously. Yeah. Jamie Martens. Julia Negassa. Daan Nilwijk. Zoe Overzee. Christina Partelidou. Anna Piperi. Jan Rombouts. Monique Schouten. Jordi Strijknacht. Rob Thijssen. Jill Verheij. There's only one more, so last but not least, that's probably what you hear a lot if you have a W at the end of your name. Shelley Webber. So now you're officially all Masters in Human Movement Sciences, so congratulations once more, and enjoy the rest of your day. I give the word back to Tanja.
So, of course, I want to take my chance to congratulate the new Masters as well, and of course I want to include your family, your parents, everybody who cares about you. Congratulations. I hope you make this a special day and you enjoy it. So we're coming to the end of the official part of the session, but before we leave, I have a few more points and announcements. So we really try to check your information with great care, your diplomas, names, grades, but please double check that. If you find any mistakes or you see any problems there, then please contact the Board of Examiners about this. In about 3 weeks, a link to the pictures that have been taken today will be sent to your email accounts by the Alumni Office. And after the session here, you guys are all going to leave through the main entrance, and there will be a group picture taken at the stairs. Yeah, so this is what we're going to do first, and then feel free to move on to Café Soiron for a little reception and celebration, and you find vouchers for drinks in your binders. Yeah. Then also, don't forget to pick up your jackets in case you left your jacket here. And throughout the reception, there will be a photographer present who will take Polaroid pictures. And you all still, like what David said, maybe don't remember Polaroid pictures anymore, but they're being developed very quick. And so they will be available throughout the reception. And so you can look at them, you can pick 2 of your choice. But you also can give requests if you want to have a certain picture or like a certain group of people that you want to have a picture with. So feel free to put out those requests to the photographer. So this is the end of the meeting. I thank you all for being here and making this such a festive occasion. And congratulations again to all of you, and I hope you enjoy this day.
Ik heb niet eens dat ding. Waar kwam het je dan?
Doe de lok van je haar overheen hangen.
Just in front of her nose first. Ja. Je ziet er echt wel uit. Je moet er even uitleggen. Zo. Voor jou doen ze het. Wat? Hoe bedoel je achtervoor? Ja, dat denk ik.
Oh ja.
Ja, we zijn allemaal blauwe wacht. Ja.
Shower gaat, je kunt zo lekker horen met je. Voor mij is het een ander. Ik heb een volgende gezicht hangen.
Can you do it?
Tell.
You're gonna count?
Yeah.
You're gonna count? I can count. 3, 2, 1.